What is going on, everybody? Odell Bazell here with Public Speaking Profits, where we show you how to make more money with public speaking. And this is a very special episode that I'm going to be sharing today because every week or thereabouts, for vacation and stuff like that, I do a weekly training, 3 secrets that the gurus will never tell you about how you can get paid to speak at colleges. And when I started doing it, I'd been doing these things before, and it became very apparent to me that a lot of people that want to get paid to speak are missing this one shift. And once you shift in your mind to this one thing, it's going to allow you to close more speeches. It's going to allow you to raise your fees if you are already doing some speaking. It's going to allow you to do all of that. So let me just go ahead and jump into the shift. I'm going to tell you about the shift, and I'm going to break down a couple of things that you can use moving forward. So if you've been around for any amount of time, you know that there are only two ways to make money with public speaking. You can get paid a fee to be on somebody else's stage. So if a college, a company, an organization, an association, if they have an event, they're going to pay you a fee. So you can get money that way. You can use it as an income opportunity that way. But also you can use public speaking as a marketing medium to sell a service or a product that you offer. So those are the only two ways that you're going to make money with public speaking. A lot of people that come to me, they want to know, well, how do I, as an individual, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, how do I make money? Because I want to be able to be paid to speak because I like doing it or I get invited to do it, but I want to know how to make money doing it. And that part, I'm going to jump into the shift. That's the part that most people miss. They think of speaking much like entertainers think of their art form. So if I'm an actor and I go on stage or I'm auditioning for a role, you miss this little shift. I'm going to tell you what it is. Whenever you ask somebody or you make a statement and you say, I want to get paid for this, what you're really saying is that you want to go into sales. That's the shift. I know I might have said it too fast and you might not get it right away, but I'm going to say it again in a couple of different ways. But whenever you say, I want to get paid to do this, I want to get paid to speak, I want to get paid to perform, I want to get paid to coach, you're saying, I want to go into sales. And because most people liken speaking to entertaining, to it's a deep vocation, to ministry, you don't ever connect the two. And when you don't connect the two, you lose every time. Because we're in a world now, we're in a space and a place now where everything, you have to be more intentional about your language, about your messaging, about your words. You can't tiptoe and tap dance around the fact that if you want to get paid, a side hustle, main hustle, business, you are in sales. And that is a major shift because most people never want to go in sales. When I used to work in law enforcement, I used to say to the audiences, how many of you dreamed of being a jailer or a detention officer or something like that? How many of you all dreamed of that? Most people don't dream of that. They're like, yeah, I want to go work at a jail, Mr. Odell. Most people don't dream of that. Just like most people don't dream, you know what? When I get older, I want to go into sales. They never think about it like that. But when you ask somebody for some money, you're asking for a sale. So if you're somebody, I want to get paid to speak, Odell, just like you, what you're saying is, I want to go into sales. Not only do I want to go into sales, but I want to sell me. I want to sell me as a deliverable. I want to sell myself as a deliverable. That's hard. That's very hard. That's a lot different than selling a water bottle. Hey, you want this water? No, I don't like water. Cool. When you're saying, I want to sell my services, my message, my voice, my story, when you say that, that no is different. No, I don't want to pay you to speak. You don't want to pay me. But have you heard, this person hired me? That person hired me. I've done amazing things. I've overcome so much. What they're saying when they say no to most people, so I don't care, is what they're saying. So I wanted to share that at the beginning as the shift that you have to make. If you want to get paid to speak, you want to go into sales. And if you reject that, I want to submit this to you. You will never, with a capital NEVER, you will never make a lot of money if you reject sales. Never. You have to know fundamentally that in order to make a lot of money, I have to make sales. And if you've been in the world and the influencer world and the Instagram world and all that stuff where people are saying, hey, sell high ticket stuff or do all the high ticket, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, whatever it is you want to sell, the verification process increases dramatically as the price goes up. There used to be a saying, trust but verify. If you've heard that before, just put trust in the chat. You can put trust in the comments. If you heard the saying, trust but verify. If you've heard that before, trust. Okay, yep, trust but verify. You've heard that before. Ronald Reagan has said, as he was coined of saying that. He coined that phrase, trust but verify. We don't live in that world anymore. Ronald Reagan said that in the 80s. People that were born in the 80s are in their 40s now, some of them. And I'm in a couple of years, I'll be in my 40s. I was born in 85. Now it's verify, 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 trust. So the higher dollar amount that you want, the more trust, the more verification you have to get before you get to that trust. Just know that. So if, as we're understanding that and learning that, okay, if I want to get paid, I have to go into sales. Okay, got it. Gotta go into sales. Right. I gotta verify 3 levels of verification, Odell. Yes, 3 levels of verification. If you want to go from stranger to sale, there are 3 levels of verification. What are those levels? Well, first and foremost, I got to verify that you know what you're talking about. They have to verify that you are coherent to them so that they get it. Because sometimes when people say stuff, you don't get it really. And I'll give you an example. Credit is super powerful, building your credit, building your business credit and all that stuff. But when people start saying, I can show you how to get $250,000 in business credit without personal guarantor, I don't know. That verification is a little skippy at first. I can get $250,000 without being on. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? I don't get that. So that's the verification process first has to go. I understand what you're saying and I get it. The next verification part is you are who you say you are. So if I say to you, I can help you get paid to speak at colleges. You're like, okay, when you verify that getting paid to speak at colleges is an actual thing and that people make money doing that, you say, okay, cool. Let me see if you know what you're talking about. Then you're going to look me up to say if I'm the person that should be the one teaching you that you should get paid to speak at colleges. So you go to my social media, you go to my LinkedIn, you go through all of that, you pictures, video, you do Google, you're like, okay, well, this dude's been speaking. Okay, he's been speaking for a long time. So verify that. Then the third verification point is that you have to verify that I'm the person to teach you that. Because even though I might know what I'm talking about, even though that what I'm talking about, the opportunity is actually legit, I might not be the person for you. So you got to go through that part. So now we got 3 verification parts before I'm even open to trusting you. So if you're talking about getting paid to speak, that is the same process that event planners go through. They're trying to verify, do you know what you're talking about? Do you even know my audience? Okay, you know my audience. Are you even good at speaking? Then they verify, okay, you're good at speaking. Are you a good fit for this? I have a keynote spot available for somebody to open up a large conference. Are you a good fit for that? Are you a good fit to do a workshop? Are you a good? They're going through all of these verification processes before they even get open to trusting you. So I wanted to push that in the forefront. The single shift that you have to understand is, okay, crap, I'm in sales. I'm in sales. I'm a salesperson. Yes, you're a salesperson. Congratulations. You want people to hear your message. You want people to hire you to speak. You want people to pay you to do something. You're in sales. So now that we have that shift, what on earth do we do? How do we turn this in our favor? Because it sounds hard. It sounds hard. If it sounds hard to you, if you can, in the chat or in the comments, just put hard in the chat or in the comments. If it sounds like, gosh, I got to go through a lot of steps. I got to go through the verification. I got to go through that. I got to go through that. I got to go through that. Okay, gosh, darn it. That's a whole lot. I'm going to tell you how to skip a couple of the verification steps to allow you to get to know people a little better and still be really good at what you do and still being able to offer people what you offer them in a way that doesn't make you feel slimy or salesy or anything like that. Cool. So here it is. It's going to sound really simple, but I want you to know this. And if you follow me for any amount of time, you're going to hear me say this multiple times. Success is a study and the mastery of the obvious. It's a study and a mastery of the obvious. That's what success is. So when I'm going to lay this out for you, it's going to sound really simple. And you're going to think, oh no, there's got to be more to it. And there are nuances to it. There's steps within it. But this is the biggest thing. If you want to cut down that verification process, like, gosh, I got to verify to know who I am. I got to verify I know what I'm talking about. Got to verify that I'm the one before they can even be open to trust me. Okay, cool. It's really simple. Become a resource for the buyer. Right. I know. I said it fast. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit, back it up a little bit. Become a resource for the buyer. So that we've established we're in sales. We've established that, we've accepted that. Become a resource for the buyer. Because everybody's in sales. Everybody's trying to sell something. Everybody. Right now, I'm trying to sell you something. I haven't made an official offer yet, but by virtue of you tuning in, I'm trying to sell you that I know what I'm talking about. Remember, verify, trust. So become a resource for the buyer. So there are a couple of things that we have to do here. The first one is we have to identify who the buyer is. So if I'm trying to get paid to speak, this is why I love speaking to colleges. And if you're watching this, and as of we're recording this tomorrow, we have our free web class, free web training that we do every week. If you want to sign up for that, all you got to do is go to the link in my bio if you're on Instagram, or go to the link in the comments if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube. But if you identify who the buyer is and you know where they go, and you know what they're looking for, you can be a resource for them. This is why I love colleges. The college industry is so much easier to identify who is actually planning the event. It's so much easier than any other industry. If I have friends that speak in the healthcare industry, that speak in the tech industry, that speak all over, and I asked them, who brought you in? Oh, well, the event planner brought me in. The event planner at the company? No. The event that they were doing, they hired an event planner, like an outside event planner. They hired me. Okay. I asked somebody else. They say, well, the director of HR hired me. And I say, wait a minute, HR hires speakers? Not on this industry. It's so many different ways to go. But in colleges, it's a couple handfuls of people. There's a couple handfuls of people that hire speakers. If you come to my free web class, my free web training, I'll go over that. But when you're thinking about who the buyers are, then you have to figure out, where do the buyers go to buy stuff that I offer? Where do they go? Okay. Once you figure that out, you're golden, because all you have to do, okay, in this example, the director of human resources, they go to this conference. That's where they go. And that conference has a group on LinkedIn. I could be a member of that group in LinkedIn. I could engage in some things. I could see what they're already engaging in and create something like that. In marketing, there's something called a lookalike audience, where if somebody engages with your content, if you do marketing through Facebook ads, through YouTube, or any platform, you can create a lookalike audience. What I'm suggesting to you is you create lookalike content. So if you know that people are engaging with long form content, where somebody shared a YouTube video that was 28 minutes long, you could do a YouTube video that's 28 minutes long. You see where I'm going with this? So you're a resource, not just a retailer, because that's the shift that everybody that wants to sell a service has to go to. If you're trying to be a retailer only, that means, hey, come in here and buy my stuff. It's not going to work that well as it used to, because all of the big companies have already taken that space. In the book, The 22 Irrefutable Laws of Marketing, the first law of marketing is to be first. You're not first. I'm not first. So that's where we get messed up if we follow somebody, whoever is a famous motivational speaker to you or anybody. When we try to follow their path, they were first. We can't be first. They were first before social media, before TikTok, before email marketing and all. They were first before. So they were on the news. They were on infomercials. They were doing all this stuff when our parents were kids. So they're giants. So you can't really be what they are. So everybody has to be a resource before they become a retailer. And the biggest way for you to do that is to create lookalike content. And that's something that I invented. It's something that I came up with. So if you see somebody else saying it, they got it from me. But anyway, so you create lookalike content based on what people are already engaging in, and you just share that respectfully in the same medium. So you do it that way. You become a resource. Here's something else, and this is the last thing I'll say. Again, if you're listening to this, maybe you're listening to it on our podcast, maybe you're watching this on our YouTube channel or whatever, make sure you go to the link in this description, or you go to the link in the show notes, and you join us for our next web class. We do free web trainings every single week as of this recording. So when you figure out who the buyer is, you figure out where they go to buy. This is the thing now. You figure out a way to make their job easier. So you become a resource, as I told you before, by creating lookalike content. So you create you become a resource, create resources, et cetera, et cetera. These could be videos, these could be PDFs, these could be whatever it is, just a resource that they can share, that they can pass along. Then you create something, an event, an experience, something to make their job easier. Wait a minute, Odell. You said that we're in sales. You said that we're supposed to be trying to sell stuff. Right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, you're supposed to sell stuff. But in order for you to get to the place where you can sell something, remember, verify, 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 trust. You create a resource for somebody, they read your resource, they like it, they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Some of you watching this video, you're, wow, Odell knows what he's talking about. That's really cool. So you verify that I know what I'm talking about. Then I provide you a resource. I say, hey, you can join my free Facebook group. I'm actually streaming this in our free Facebook group right now. That, yeah, this is the type of content that I share for free. You might be thinking, good grief, I don't get this from paid stuff. This is really good. So then I become a resource. Then all I do is create an event or an experience, whether that be in person, whether that be virtual, that makes your job easier. To get paid speeches, if you can help make the event planner's job easier and even fun, oh, you'll win. You'll win. That's why every month I do meet and greets, virtual meet and greets with decision makers, because I just followed exactly what I shared with you. So yesterday we had 38 decision makers on Zoom, and we had speakers in my group that came and pitched themselves to them and learned from them. That's what we do every month. So to wrap all of this up, if you want to make more sales, figure out an easier way, or figure out a way to make the sales process easier for the buyer, whether that includes you or not. Figure out a way. Once you identify the buyer, you figure out where they are. Who is that person that you want to get paid from to speak? Who do you want to pay you? Define who that person is. Evan, the event planner. Eric, the event planner. Erica, the event planner. Whoever that is. Once you figure that out, once you do that, all you have to do is provide resources for them. Then after you provide resources for them, you invite them to an event, to an experience, to make their profession more fun. I hope this helped you. And if it did, use it. Use it for yourself. Get out there and share some information with people. Do some things. If you're interested in learning how you can make $30,000 to $50,000 every year, even if you still have your own business or your own job or whatnot, speaking at colleges, come to my free web class. We do it usually every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click the link in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram, or you can click the link in the description or in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook. And hey, I can't wait to see you at the top, not from the top. Take care.